self-control is now more important than ever before. And what do I mean by that? What's up, guys? DC. Welcome back to another video. Basically, distraction is everywhere nowadays. It's anywhere you look, through the media, through social media, Instagram, TikTok, whatever you name it. It's whatever drama or beef has happened recently with this person, this celebrity, this, it's so much, okay? And all of this is intentional, and I'm going to tell you guys why. And we're going to talk about just a business perspective here, okay? Because there's a whole other set of different layers to this and a whole other bunch of perspectives where people think, okay, this could be coming from here and all that. But I'm going to be talking about just a business perspective. And if you want, we can get into some other stuff in another video. But today is going to be from a business side of things. Why do these companies, why do these people want you distracted away from what you know you're supposed to be doing? And why is self-control so hard nowadays? Well, we're going to get into it. First off, if you guys have never seen The Social Dilemma on Netflix, it's a very good documentary. It shows the behind the scenes of how these companies use manipulation tactics and psychology to really extract the attention out of their viewers and basically just find ways in which they can make their viewer retention a lot longer, and they do whatever they want. So as long as they're making a profit at the end of the day, it's really just from that perspective. So, if you're pro anti-business, it doesn't really matter. The idea is that if you're more aware of this, then you can have more time to yourself. And we can start with the idea that companies want to mitigate your attention span and your self-control overall so that you can be more of a gullible person, a person that is more subject to distraction. So if they put a notification or any sort of alarm on your phone, or one of those reminders, like let's say Instagram, for example, says you haven't been on Instagram for this long, or see what this person is liking, see what this person is doing. It's simple stuff like that kind of intrigues your human habitual mindset to think that, I want to know what my friends are doing and I want to catch up on their lives, like when you really don't have to, right? This is why, you could also put your phones on silent mode or turn off notifications, but people don't do that. And it's because, in part, we want to know what's going on with our friends. And it comes to a point where we just get so overly distracted by these companies that are trying to use your friends as a means to get more attention onto their social media platforms. And they do this all the time. And it's especially worse with apps like TikTok. And you see this now that Instagram and YouTube have developed these like reels or these shorts where they'll be destroying your attention spans with these short videos that TikTok has popularized. And these shorts are especially bad for you because your attention span is just being fried. The dopamine receptors are just awful, right? Because you're just constantly overwhelming your dopamine systems with these flashy lights and these things that, because of the algorithm, that you're so interested in, so that when you have a real conversation with somebody in real life without all these flashy blue light screens and all these gadgets in front of you, it becomes boring. And this is why so many people have ADHD symptoms nowadays, because like me, for example, I wasn't born with ADHD, but I was diagnosed with some ADHD symptoms, and I believe it's due to, in part, with all these technology screens that we've been introduced to in my generation. And I know I'm not alone on this. A lot of people struggle with things like this. So this is something that a lot of people got to be more open towards. And really, it's not about motivation, because you can try to motivate yourself to do this, but motivation is fleeting at the end of the day. So something like this, it's more than discipline, right? So, because it is discipline, but it's duty, right? You gotta just know that this is something that's important to you. Once you understand that this is something that's important to you, and that this is something that that will help you in the future, when you learn to be more aware of things like this, then you will be much better off in life. So motivation is fleeting. You don't need to have motivation to, have something successful in your life. So looking at the business side, these companies really just want your money. That's what your attention is. It's why the products, Instagram, Snapchat, all those things, YouTube, is free. And of course, they're gonna, as a business does, try to sell extra parts to it, right? Like Snapchat Plus or whatever that thing is nowadays. But it's free for a reason. You are paying for it. You're paying for it with your time and attention. And a lot of times, stress too, unnecessary stress, which you and I both know is something that you can cut out, because there's more important things in life that you're probably putting off too. Whether you're in school and it's homework, or whether you're looking for a new job and you just can't seem to get around getting a good interview. And it's because we just get so distracted with these cheap things that we feel are important, because these media companies like to sensationalize and dramatize everything. So you think as though, yeah, I have to catch up on that latest new TV episode, or I have to see what this person said in the media, when in reality it's very, very unnecessary. None of it is as important as you might think it is. So, and you have to be a lot more mindful too of the content you watch. This is a mistake that I was doing too. I was watching a lot of, like, just like comedy shows. I would like rewatch comedy shows that like I already knew, or like I would just like watch like YouTubers doing degenerate dumb stuff, when in reality I wasn't really learning anything from it, and I wasn't benefiting off of it. Like, sure, I was getting a couple good laughs, but at the end of the day, I couldn't take away something from it and say, yeah, I was actually learning something beneficial that could help me in my near future. So unlike the content I'm watching now, I'm watching a lot more informative, informational, educational type content, which also has a bit of entertainment to it, but mainly because I prioritize fulfillment over fun. So that's another thing, is that's why I also enjoy going to the gym, which I know like some of my friends don't, but it's something that I know that they're gonna get around to. It's when you learn to prioritize fulfillment over fun, and you understand that fun is something that won't benefit you as much as fulfillment does. It's basically instant versus delayed gratification. Fulfillment is a lot more satisfying, rather than these cheap pleasures that people think, fun is so important, right? Happiness is not a priority. It's a byproduct of doing what you're supposed to do. So when people prioritize happiness, they look for the instant gratification element to it. So junk food, or watching whatever shows they want, right? And these companies especially, this is where it gets tied into it, they want you to do this, because the more distracted you are with these companies, the more you buy their product, the more you look at their ads, the more you watch their junk videos online, whatever it is, the more money they're making. And that's all they want to do at the end of the day, is make more money off you guys, off your attention. Just be more mindful of the content you're watching, guys. That's basically what I want to say. So appreciate you guys for listening, and I'll see you in the next.